Hi, Cancer. Welcome to channel. I'm Antonia. Let's jump in to your teen horoscope. I'm going to start with a general overview first, and then I'm going to do a love-specific reading. I will have timestamps below if you'd like to jump to one or the other. I do recommend watching them both because they often overlap and tie in and give you the most clarity. I also recommend watching your sun sign and your moon sign to get the most out of these general readings. Before I jump in to your general reading, Cancer, I just want to say a huge thank you. You guys have been so supportive on my new channel, your subscribes, your likes, your emails. I'm so grateful to connect to you. I'm sending you so much love. So let's jump into this. A general overview for Cancer, December 18th. What I'm already channeling for you, Cancer, is a message of acceptance. Did something end? Something ended, or maybe just a little denial about how something turned out. May have been a job, it may have been a work relationship, it may be a personal relationship. Be honest with yourself about what really showed up. Now, it's not that you necessarily did anything wrong. It could have been somebody else's energy or actions. But there's definitely this energy and this emphasis right now. Being honest with yourself about how things did unfold, okay? And to find your peace with them. Now, what I'm getting, this energy, this initial energy I was channeling, this incredible needs to be assertive and to have healthy boundaries now going forward, right? Things don't always work out the way we want them to work out. That's okay. There's usually a blessing in disguise there. If somebody abruptly exited your life, consider that a good thing. The universe is protecting you from something. They needed to go. But moving forward, especially if people try to come back, don't be passive aggressive. Don't be overly aggressive. It's this incredibly important conscious energy of being assertive with people and having healthy boundaries. Confrontation is not always pleasant. That Cancers, you don't love that because you're so sensitive. You're just so sensitive and things impact you because you're such beautiful souls. Time for this, especially in regard to that situation I was initially channeling. You need to have this full acceptance with. You might need to be honest with yourself and to accept that something that has not ended needs to. Okay? Maybe that's the only way to have healthier boundaries. And this doesn't have to be a romantic relationship. This is a general overview. This will apply to family. This will apply to friendships. This will apply to work. Okay, this applies to everything. Coming up next is, what do you desire? Now, to have healthier boundaries, what is it that you need in a relationship to be healthy? What are your 5 core values that you need, that you cannot live without, to have a healthy romantic relationship, to have a healthy work environment? What is it that you want and what is it that you need? What are those 5 core things? If you don't know what those 5 core things are, spend some time throughout the month of birth and figure that out. Do that as early on in November as you possibly can so that you can start to manifest much higher level experiences, relationships, opportunities, because there is a lot of positivity. I'm definitely getting the sense of very positive energy coming in for you, Cancer. There's more of like a life energy. If you've been working too hard, there's more of a social life, a social aspect. Yep, giving and receiving, there's been an imbalance in relationships. Goes back to this, that initial message, the need to be assertive. But when you get clear with the universe on what it is that you truly desire, how does that relationship make you feel? How does that work relationship make you feel? Okay? How do you want it to make you feel? Then, assertive, having healthy boundaries, asserting healthy boundaries. Even when it makes you uncomfortable to do so, from that place of self-love, you have a more balanced, a more fulfilling relationship, career, whatever it is, okay? Even if you have to step away from something to start something new, to have this healthy balance, this is so important for you. Even if, for those of you that this pertains to in terms of work, some of you are working way too hard for not enough money. Or even if you're being paid well, you're being required to work overtime. Is that what you signed up for? and you're not spending enough time with family. You don't have a life outside of work. But you have to. Right now is the perfect time to change that, even if you need to look for a new job. Even if you need to get out of a romantic relationship because it's imbalanced, it's so out of whack that you can't. That person just isn't in alignment with your core values anymore, these healthy boundaries, okay? Perfect timing. But that's where this beautiful energy comes in. You do this out of self-love. You do this out of self-love, the universe will support you as you do this out of self-love. You start manifesting much higher level experiences. But that's why it's so important to put in the work to figure out exactly what it is you're trying to manifest. What will bring you the highest level joy in whatever part of your life that isn't fulfilling you, even if it's more than one part of your life. What is it that you truly want that you can't live without? You could be more detailed than that, but make sure you know at least those 5 core values to manifest at this high level, but it will come in. The perfect timing. Ooh, yes. For those of you this has to do with work, it's the perfect timing. Start your new business. You're done. You're done working those typical hours, that environment, working for somebody else. Cancer, you guys are such an intelligent sign. You know, I always hear how emotional Cancer is and you're empaths. You want to know what I also know about Cancer? And those are beautiful qualities, by the way. My Venus is in Cancer. I get it. I love like a Cancer loves. I have very beautiful emotional relationships with Cancer. Every time I do readings for Cancer, I think of my little brother. We have a huge age gap. So it's more, I took care of him when he was young. So close. He's such a beautiful soul. What I also know about Cancer is how badass you can be, especially when it comes to business. Cancer. I know some boss-ass Cancers. Seriously. There's one person who comes to mind I admire so much. A Cancer through and through and through, who just runs his businesses like a boss. Everything he touches turns to gold. Brilliant. A brilliant, brilliant human being. That's what I'm getting for you. It's work. It's you're not being valued enough, and it's okay. It's the perfect time to make that change, to start your own business. It might be a new job. It really might be a new job. Maybe you'll still be working for somebody else, but you'll have a higher level position. You'll be making more money. Cancer, for so many of you, for more of you, it is the perfect time to start your new business, even if it's a side thing. Even if you keep your current job, to make more money on the side. There's something that you'll start now, and start this. Even if it's just writing up a business plan right now, even if you don't fully launch it until 2018. There's something about this, even if it's just side money for a little while, that you could turn into a full-fledged business. You have to trust this. Cancer, you're very, very, very smart people. Being empathetic, having that emotional intelligence actually puts you ahead of the game. You know when people show up. You know what their intentions are. Your intuition's on point. You're water sign. You know. Ooh, okay. I was getting this for you before I started pulling cards. Acceptance. Cancer, this is really big for you right now. To move forward with success. Okay, the end of the year going into team. Assertiveness is being clarified by this. This message that I was channeling just as we started this reading is exactly this. Be assertive, have the healthy boundaries, but you have to accept and be honest with yourself that this situation does require this assertiveness and these healthy boundaries. Something is off balance. Okay, it could be a blessing in disguise if something ends. There's no bad energy coming in for you, Cancer. If anything, there's a lot of manifesting. People are very conscious at the end of the year, right? We reflect. This makes a whole lot of sense. We reflect on what has worked for us, what hasn't, what we'd like to change and accomplish in the year ahead. Beautiful, you have that. You move past this assertive energy, setting these boundaries, maybe letting some things go, or at least regrouping so it's a healthier situation. You move on to this manifesting. What is it that you desire? And you daydream. To bring this all the way full circle, you have to take a leap of faith. I believe a lot of you are manifesting a new situation in work, new business, something you're very passionate about, maybe creative for you. It could be a passion project, a creative project for you. See the music notes? Are you musicians too? You're built for this. Even if it's a side job, even if you take small calculated steps forward, Start writing up that business plan. Say you teach music. Start taking on a few students. It doesn't mean that you have to abandon your 9 to 5 right now. But what I'm seeing for a lot of you, you get the ball rolling in 19, especially by the end of 19. This business, you may actually be making more money running your own business than you'll ever make working at the job that you're at now. This is very positive, and I think, yeah, you guys are ready for it. It's a change in direction. It's the perfect timing for this. Look at this. Clarity for the entrepreneur. Perfect timing. It's the perfect timing to make this change. And you know what, Cancer? What's so beautiful is that you're ready. You feel it in your core. You know you're ready to do this. Again, you don't have to be all in, abandon everything, and, struggle for the next 6 months until you learn how to make money. But I think that you'll do very well very quickly here. You guys, you've got this. I think sometimes, Cancer, you doubt yourself. And I believe that that's out of humility. I'm actually channeling that right now. Yeah, but it's humility. It's this beautiful energy, this beautiful soul. There's no narcissism there. There's no, these outward crazy egos. That's not what you bring to the table. But karmically, because you're such beautiful souls, because you're so intelligent, and because now there's this energy of really feeling motivated, you are deserving of success and you will achieve it. Clarifying perfect timing is wedding. For so many of you, this is a business partnership. You don't have to start this new business alone. Maybe you'll be connecting with the perfect partner for many of you. This will be a loan. This will be a deal signed in regards to business that will launch the new career. For some of you, the creative project will be launched and this deal is going to help you do it very successfully. For some of you, on a personal level, your romantic relationships, this is where you're headed. These beautiful people are coming in. That's what I was saying, this blessing in disguise, something exiting. Think of how gorgeous this energy is, how life-changing this energy can and will be for you. All good, Cancer. It's all good. Some of you will actually get married in her. Okay? There's that. Or the commitment of marriage in her. Over the holidays. I see it happening over the holidays. For some of you. For at least one of you. But for the majority of you, that has to do with the deal in regards to this creative project or the new business. Also very, 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 very positive. Clarifying, the entrepreneur card is ask. If you have fears, if you have doubts, if you're not sure how to move forward with this, ask the universe. Exercise your free will. Have a conversation with the universe that you need help. Ask for it, and you will receive it. Ask. If you need clarity as to how to get this off the ground, ask for it. Ask for 3 specific signs. But you can ask for even more than that. Ask for the money. Ask for the courage. Ask for, this business deal to come through. Remember, we're manifesting. When you figure out what it is that you want, right? These manifestation cards, ask for it so the universe can deliver. You will have success, especially this new business, this new idea, this new creative project. It's divine. It's fated, right? Have some faith, but in to make the most of this energy, you don't want to wait until January. There'll be too much pressure. There's too much pressure to start things right after the new year. Start it, and even if you're just brainstorming, okay? Get the ball rolling. I'm going to pull crowning cards. Cancer, wow. There's some really beautiful life change coming in. You deserve it. You guys deserve it. For some of you, this life change is music. For some of you, this life change is a baby, a family member, okay? And for some of you, this is an affirmation crowning this reading that this person you had to let go of was never trying to be malicious. They're just not in alignment with your energy and how you've evolved. They're just not on the same level of you as you anymore, and that's okay. But for more of you, this has to do with creativity and children. Maybe this new business has to do with children. If it has to do with children or it has to do with music or something creative, it will be extremely successful for you. But for some of you, just starting a family. You'll be having those discussions with this person that you love. All right, makes sense too. Some of that old energy, that old person, the things that had to go that we need to be honest with ourselves about. Can't hold on to that hope that somebody who left is going to come back. It's time to move on, right? Because this energy is just too good. to stay rooted in something that is not of our highest good anymore. You'll cost yourself all of these blessings, okay? Cleanse and detox your thoughts, your physical space. I'm getting declutter your physical space. This could be your office, this could be your home, but declutter. Spiritually detox, spiritually cleanse, sage, sea salt baths. I can help you with this. I'm a shaman, Reiki master teacher of almost 10 years. So I can definitely help you with this. If you feel like you need something much more intense, okay? But really what I'm getting is it's the letting go. It's accepting that something's over, accepting it for what it is so that you can move on and manifest at a much higher level, okay? It's crowning your reading. Bottom of the deck. Yeah. You guys are letting go of something. Just cleanse and detox, okay? That's all. They said it wasn't malicious. They just were not in alignment with where you're at anymore. It's okay. You grew a little faster. You evolved more. This is what you do, Cancer. Okay? You're creative. You're a beautiful soul. You're going to evolve. Forgive that person. Let it go. Even if it feels like you can't, forgive and let it go for your own peace. So again, you can call in this bigger love. You know, this is another children card too. This oftentimes. So the children cards here, again, whether in business or if you're actually having children. But if you want to manifest all this, wedding, the business partnership, the new business, the new career path with success, you have to let go. You have to forgive. Just have that compassion. I think that you guys can do it. I think that you're emotional, and I think people hurt you, and I think with good reason. Okay? And you have those healthy boundaries. You don't let anybody toxic back into your life. Some people were toxic, and that's the cleanse and detox, is to get rid of them. Just have to. You have to eliminate those relationships with people that are not in alignment of your highest good. But on the back end of that, you have such joy and such success. Okay? Cancer, let's jump into your love reading for 20. Love, December. Cancer and love. Look, came up in the first spread. Somebody exited, something had to go. Stay optimistic. Stay positive. You have hugely positive energy coming in. And it's showing up in birth. You don't have to wait until the new year for this great energy to come in. But it does require you to stay positive. Now, what I'm getting here, Cancer, so many have come into your life and they were dependent on your energy, for emotional support, for money. I'm also getting for some Cancers that you got very attached, very deeply in love, and you were very attached, but it either felt a little codependent to either you or your partner, or was, in fact, codependent. And that was a big reason why a relationship needed to end. The energy was a little out of whack, okay? There could have been an addiction, getting alcohol for somebody. Somebody was overindulging. Yeah, alcohol, maybe drugs. There was definitely some sort of like substance abuse. It could have been a karma that showed up. Maybe somebody in your past, in your family, struggled with something similar. And so you've attracted this in your romantic partnerships. But what I'm seeing is that if Venus didn't help you heal it completely and let go of that karma and resolve it, so now you can move on to healthy relationships and have different kinds of experiences. If that hasn't already happened, if that hasn't resolved, it will soon. Sitting at the middle of your reading is very soon. Or somebody will be getting help very soon. It's affecting family, this codependence or this addiction to either a person, their energy, a substance. You still have to release your ex. Some people, the addiction isn't alcohol or drugs. It's an obsession with why a relationship did not work out. It's still this deep emotional connection that you still, either you or they still need very deep healing to overcome. Now, if you watch the first spread, you see how incredibly positive the energy is throughout the month of November and what's in store for you in teen. But it can't come in unless you release the ex. And if they haven't let go of you, somebody who's negative keeps trying to come back into your life. That's why, remember the healthy boundaries that came up in the first spread. For those of you in coupled relationships, you've been dealing with some deep karmic stuff. It has been hard. But I am seeing that something's being resolved soon. It'll either be resolved because there'll be a separation. Someone's finally getting help. If it's something, sometimes codependence can very easily be resolved with healthy boundaries. Like, hey, sometimes I need a little space from you. You have to find your life source energy. You can't get that from me. You have those healthy boundaries and you reestablish it. Maybe somebody says it to you, but it rebalances things and everything's good. Okay, so for some of you, it won't be that big of a deal. But for many of you, I am just getting this incredible energy of karma in your love life that needs to be healed. And if you keep entertaining the ex that comes back, or maybe it's just the same kind of person, even if it's a different person, but you notice a lot of the same behavioral patterns, especially if it has to do with some sort of addiction, you're healing that soon. You have to. But Venus, even if Venus retrograde was incredibly difficult for you, it's direct now. You will start to see the issues resolved now that Venus is direct, which will help you release the ex. Someone will get the healing one way or another very soon, whether they're forced to, whether they choose to, and you move on to something more peaceful than what's showing up right now. Very soon is clarified by heart-to-heart conversations. You have to have the conversation with somebody. Listen, there's a problem here. I'm not judging you. With love and support, this is an intervention. You have to get help. It's an intervention for the success of our relationship. Addiction, this codependence. We can't exist in that space. If they won't have the conversation with you, probably not somebody that should be allowed into your life anymore, especially if there's somebody who tends to come and go. If there's a lack of stability. But I am getting, for those of you in committed relationships and something like this is showing up, again, it doesn't have to be alcohol. Maybe it's not that serious, okay? I'm seeing resolution. I'm seeing resolution for your highest good. So if the other person won't heal, then you walk away and you'll eventually call in. And very soon you'll call in healthier partnerships. But I am seeing healing here. I'm seeing people who've had an issue. It could be you, Cancer. Remember the acceptance, the message I channeled before I even started the cards, and then the acceptance card came out. Acceptance, and be honest with yourself. If you have a problem, now is the time to heal it. Now, sometimes we're codependent because there is a self-esteem issue. Sometimes we can be codependent in relationships because sometimes relationships can trigger abandonment issues. I'm getting abandonment issues. So if you find that you're particularly clingy with partners, it's otherwise healthy, but you're a little too attached, see this as an opportunity to get some healing done. Work on that. Reach out to a professional and work on that because there will be success. I do see real healing. Whether it's you or the partner, the support will be there. Whatever is needed ultimately for this to resolve in your favor, Cancer, I'm seeing that. Now, if you're the person with the codependence issue, the addiction, and you don't get the help, I do see someone walking away, okay? But if you do, seriously, work on whatever this is that comes up. I see you having the support through it, which is really beautiful. But for the majority of you, I think this is your partner. Now, flirt is clarifying healing from issues. I'm getting very different messages with this. So let's start with the first message. There is this karmic pattern that shows up. Like I said, it may not be the same pattern with the same person. You break up with somebody and attract almost an identical situation. Somebody's flirting outside of a relationship. There's a lack of being faithful. Understand that this comes from a self-esteem issue. This goes deep. This is deep in somebody's subconscious. This is a karmic lesson that has showed up for you to value yourself, to not entertain people who are not being faithful to you, okay? But I'm also getting, for those of you stepping out of relationships, for whatever reason, to heal the family issues, you'll meet some new people. You're going to have to flirt. You're going to have these heart-to-heart conversations, be open to conversations. But just by that fun, flirty energy, it's going to resolve any of this lingering karma for you because it's going to start to bring in something happier. Now you flirt, you have fun. But for a lot of you, the flirting has to do with somebody, even if they haven't been unfaithful. It's sort of like being emotionally unfaithful. More what I'm getting than like a physical unfaithful. But a lot of times that can be more hurtful than someone even doing something physically. Okay. Some of you have had a hard time walking away from a relationship because you have children with this person. There's something about this relationship that it's toxic. It's unhealthy for you and it's unhealthy for your kids. For you to bring stability and peace and a healthy environment back into the households, you have to go through this. You have to cut ties. You have to do it for your kids. There's so many of you. For those of you having a hard time letting go of somebody because of children together, I've never been through that. I have friends who have. There's so much compassion, okay? There's no judgment. I completely understand why you would try to make that work. But there is this energy of something toxic. Remember crowning, the first spread was cleanse and detox. There's something toxic and it's not just hurting you, it's hurting your children. If your children are being exposed to some sort of addiction, like them, you not know, you just suspect that there's something. Oh, that person's just really social and yeah, they drink a little too much, maybe a little too often. Something bigger than that, okay? Every time you go to a business meeting, you don't have to be hammered. You actually don't have to drink. Every time you go to that party, every time you go out, I'm seeing that like kids are being affected by this. Now, for those of you calling in new partners, be careful. If you've never had this experience before, some of the new people that have showed up, especially if they showed up during Venus retrograde, they have kept some of this hush-hush, and so you've opened up to them. There have been red flags. You have to trust them. There's something bigger and better coming your way in team. I am seeing in team. You will have much more success in your businesses and what showed up in the first spread. With love, it's the focus on healing. It's the focus on really seeing things for what they are and for having the courage to separate from people that are no longer in alignment for your highest good, for your children's highest good and safety and health, so that that other beautiful energy comes in. When the energy of, the new career and the new life changes that showed up in the first spread, when that comes through and you're focused on that energy, as long as you cut ties with anything that was unhealthy or people are getting the healing they need at this time, right, to resolve whatever this karmic energy is and these addictions or codependency, issues are. As long as there's healing or you've cut ties or you've gotten healing in some capacity, focused on work and you're seeing success there, the success of love will come through, probably when you least expect it. Love comes through when we're not obsessively focused on it. It's good to know what you want. It's good to manifest and put that energy out there, but you can't obsess over it. Yeah, I'm getting the energy again of somebody obsessing over an ex. It could be you. They could be obsessing over you, Cancer. Even if they're obsessing over you, even if you entertain that text message, even if you still read them and you don't respond back, the energy is lingering there. It's not good. It's impacting you. I'm also getting this. Wow, this just came through really strongly. Okay. For those of you meeting somebody new, it may not be them that has the addiction. It could be their ex. If somebody is fresh out of a marriage or relationship, their ex is obsessively calling them, you might not even know that, right? There'll be some sort of red flag. Like I see somebody acting like really immature and you're grown, and yet this person is lashing out like a child online or something to you. Wow, this is coming through really strongly, Cancer. So it may not be you in this, not even directly be the new person you're dating, but it's their ex. They might be entertaining the phone calls. Their ex is obsessively calling. And this new person that you've attracted is still investing energy into the old relationship, even though they want to be out of it. They're still attached. They're not all the way healed. That is a huge red flag. Get out. At the end, they're not going to choose you. There's still too much energy. So whether it's releasing them because their ex is being crazy and unhealthy and they're the one who has the addiction or the codependency, it's just this negative energy that will be brought into your life. Don't expose your children to that. Wait, if you just met somebody new, don't introduce them to your kids yet. I just don't see that being of the highest good in the month of December. If you've been together for a while, that's different. But if you just met somebody in the last month or two, because there's something that's going to come out, okay? I'll pull a few crowning cards. And also, you know, Cancer, you want to make sure that you're not doing that to anybody else. You have the crazy ex, and now you've met this really great person. Make sure you're not investing energy into the ex because you'll lose the really great person. Don't choose the ex over somebody new. Crowning this reading is wedding. Yeah, I'm getting very different messages that come through with the cards. For some of you, once you clear and heal this energy, you'll meet somebody that will be worth your wow, for real, real, real. You could wind up here and seen or close to it. For some of you, what's toxic is that somebody's still married and they're dating you. You're still married and you're dating them. You're getting out of a divorce. For those, I said it was hard to separate from the ex because of children. The divorce is necessary. The separation is necessary unless they get the healing that you know that they need. There's a lot of healing. I'm sorry this is so hard for you, Cancer. This is a little bit tough on the love front. But what I am also getting for you guys, focus on your career. This healing obviously is very important. But once you start, focus on your career and then finances and career. Pops out. This is also crowning your reading. Stay focused on this. Get this healing and love all sorted and worked out. Keep your focus here, okay? When you're focused on this and all these loose ends and healing and whatever needs to happen happens, you let go of what you need to let go of. Whoever needs healing gets it. You step away from people who aren't healing, whatever that is for you. Focus on your finances and your career. That's when you're going to have success. You have when you start to see this success come in, this new business, whatever it was that was showing up in that first spread for you, when you start to see that come through, that's when all this love energy changes for the better. So in the month of November, focus on your career. Like I said, take steps forward, this new career path, whatever that is for you. Clear all this up. Don't want to carry this energy with you. And you have too much good energy coming in. Cancer, please watch the first spread if you haven't. There's too much good energy there. There's too much good energy. That's where you're going to start to see the success in love. That's when love can manifest positively into this. That will go hand in hand with your career success. Very authentically, very powerfully, and when you least expect it. Bottom of the deck, new love. This will turn into this as long as all this karmic stuff gets resolved. Okay? And so thank you again for your support. Please consider subscribing to the channel if you haven't already. I'm sending you so much love and light. This is tough, okay? I know this is a tough love reading. Please stay focused on the positive. Please, you gotta stay optimistic about life, about love, because it is turning in your favor. There's just some stuff you still have to work through. Okay, but you will. This will be an easier month than it has been the last couple months, though. Venus in retrograde is tough. Then Mercury in retrograde. Venus is now direct, still in shadow period, which is maybe why some of this is still lingering. Mercury will go direct, I believe it's December 6th. December will be an easier month than it were for you. And love, this is heading in the right direction, okay? So stay positive. Just get what you need to get done this month. More of a focus on career, because this is where your more immediate success will come in. If you would like a personal reading to clarify any of this, please reach out to me. My website is urbansoulguru.com. My offerings are listed there. I will have that in the description, the link for that in the description box below. Cancer, I'm sending you so much love and so much light. Like I said earlier on in the video, I'm incredibly grateful for your support. Truly, with so much gratitude and appreciation. I am sending you guys so much love and so much light. Enjoy your holidays. Enjoy the new year. I will be back for a mini love reading mid-month. And then, of course, January 1st for your whole month reading again. Until then, stay positive. Stay optimistic. I promise that this is heading in the right direction for you. And things are actually more blessed than maybe they're going to seem. So make sure you keep those healthy, positive affirmations going. You take time for yourself, for self-love and self-nurturing when you need it, okay? And reach out to me if I can help you. I love you guys so much. Take care, and I'll see you back here soon.